Good morning, everyone. It's Robert from On My Turntable. Hope you're having a great morning this morning. It is Wednesday morning, as always, a coffee kind of morning. Hope everyone's doing well. I wanted to wrap up my series. Having a lot of fun doing this series. Great debut albums per alphabet letter. This time wrapping it up from U to Z or Z, depending on what country you're in. Just right off the top, I don't have anything from X or Y as far as debuts. I have second albums and that type of thing. But so I added a couple of W's, added a couple of B's to make it up. I hope that's okay. Before I get into everything though, please hit the like and subscribe button below. Thank you to all that have liked and subscribed so far. I greatly appreciate it. Want to continue to put great content out there to be informative and to show you guys some great bands and artists that I have in my collections. Because of you guys, your likes, your subscriptions, your wonderful, wonderful comments that keep me going, keep me motivated to do this kind of thing, and I greatly appreciate it. Thank you so much. So let's get started right off the bat. The great Uriah Heep. This is very easy, very humble. This is the U.S. cover. I have two copies, one on the Mercury label here, and one on the different Mercury label, so one on the black Mercury. Little slightly different cover as well, color as well. The UK version is completely different. It's that one right above you here. And great album, great debut album. You got Gypsy, you got Wake Up, Set Your Sights, has two singles off of it. 1970 release. Progressive rock, blues rock, hard rock, the great vocals of David Byron, one of the greatest heavy metal singers or hard rock singers of the 70s. Just a little short guy, but belted out. Nigel Olsson, who went on to play with Elton John, plays drums on this album. Super fine album, super fine album. I love Uriah Heep. I've picked up quite a few of their albums lately. And love this cover as well. So yeah, there's a great, see, just slightly different. This one's a little more purplish, but great debut album. Great debut album. So that's U. Under the V, what would V be without showing Van Halen 1? Super fine debut album. I saw them on this concert in Toronto. My first introduction to Van Halen, David Lee Roth jumping 10 feet up in the air doing splits. Just amazing stuff. 1970 release, peaked at number 19 on the charts. 10 million copies sold just in the US alone. Super huge album. 5 big singles off the album. You Really Got Me, Running with the Devil, Jamie's Crying, On Fire, and Ain't Talking About Love. And of course, one of the greatest solos ever, Eruption, by Eddie. The two-handed tapping, just wonderful stuff. Of course, Eddie and Alex Van Halen, David Lee Roth, Michael Anthony, the classic lineup of Van Halen, and classic album, classic album. Awesome stuff. So that's one under V. Saw this guy as well. This is Stevie Ray Vaughan in Double Trouble. Great Texas blues, electric blues artist. Kept blues going. Had all kinds of heroes that he emulated in his playing. Yeah, this is a great album. I love this album. 1983 release. I saw him a few months before the tragic crash. He was with Jeff Healey opening up the concert. Fantastic Canadian blues artist, blind player as well, so he plays the lap style guitar, but just amazing guitarist. Jeff Beck came on next and just made that guitar talk and sing like no one else can. and then Stevie Ray Vaughan came on with the boa and just blew the house apart. Just remarkable. One of my favorite concerts ever. I think Glenn Calloway was at that concert as well. Recorded only in over just 3 days at Jackson Brown's studio. You got Love Struck Baby and Pride and Joy, the two big singles off of it. Jackson Brown actually saw him at the Montreux Jazz Festival, was just blown away by Double Trouble, and Stevie offered him his studio to record, introduced him to the record companies to promote, and the rest is history. He became one of the greatest guitarists ever. Tragically, terrible helicopter crash that ended his life. That could have had more people involved if they decided to get on that helicopter. Eric Clapton being one of them. But yeah, it's unfortunate. But fantastic, fantastic debut album. Blues at its best, by the great Stevie Ray. Under W, this is David Coverdale's Whitesnake, the first Whitesnake album under the name David Coverdale's Whitesnake. This is a newer release. It's on cool, clear vinyl. Sounds awesome. 1977 release, and really, really good stuff. You've got Lady, Blind Man, Goldie's Place, this self-titled Whitesnake, Time on My Side, Peace Loving Man, Sunny Days, Hole in the Sky, and Celebration. So he had quit Deep Purple in 1976, and then he started working on his first ever solo album, Whitesnake. For some, it says here he was exiled in Germany and able to form a band. But Mickey Moody was a great guitarist on this one. And Roger Glover, the bassist for Deep Purple, was on this one as well. Fantastic, a great debut album by David Coverdale and Whitesnake. So I'm gonna keep. I know it's a David Coverdale, but I'm gonna put it under W for Whitesnake. Great album. Another favorite of mine under W, Wishbone Ash, self-titled debut album. This is a great CD, and I love A, that it's in an inner sleeve, and B, that it's in the shape of a little album here with the grooves and everything. Sounds fantastic. 1971 release. You got bassist Mark Turner, guitarist and vocalist Ted Turner, Steve Upton on drums, and Andy Powell, great guitarist and vocalist. Fantastic album. Dual guitars at their best. Very, not much progressive rock going on here, but it's really just great straight ahead rock. Wishbone Ash. Good stuff. And finally, under the Z's, again, I don't have anything under X or Y. I thought I had Yes's debut, but I don't. We have, from this fantastic little box set here of their ZZ Top's first 10 albums, you've got ZZ Top's first album. Very young looking ZZ Top. The only one is Billy Gibbons with the beard going on here in their earlier days. But great album, blues filled. 1971 release. I love the song on here, Brown Sugar, one of my favorite ZZ Top songs. Just a fantastic album. And how many bands call their first album their first album? You got Someone Else, Been Shaking Your Tree, kind of the single off the album. Of course, Brown Sugar, Squank, Going Down to Mexico, Old Man, Neighbor Neighbor, uh, Certified Blues, Bedroom Thing, Just Got Back from Babies, and Backdoor Love Affair. Really, really good early blues from the great ZZ Top. Billy Gibbons' guitar just shines on this one. And fantastic, fantastic stuff. Great debut. So there you have it, guys. There's my debut albums from A to Z. Missing a couple of letters here and there, but overall, hope you enjoyed, and love you all. We'll talk to you again soon. Take care. Bye now.